In the bustling heart of the city, amidst the towering skyscrapers and the constant hum of ambition, there lived a man named David. He was an ambitious entrepreneur with a dream, and for years, he had been tilling the fertile soil of opportunity in search of the perfect partner to help him cultivate his vision. Little did he know that the partnership he eventually entered would turn out to be a lesson in the importance of transparency in business relationships. David's dream was to create a sustainable, organic farming enterprise that would provide fresh produce to urban communities while promoting environmental responsibility. He had the knowledge, experience, and a small but dedicated team to start this venture. What he lacked was the capital needed to make it a reality. One day, as he was leafing through investment opportunities, David stumbled upon an article about Richard Sterling, a wealthy venture capitalist known for his interest in sustainable businesses. David was captivated by Richard's commitment to green initiatives and thought he had found the perfect partner for his venture. With unwavering determination, David crafted a compelling business proposal and scheduled a meeting with Richard. The day of the meeting arrived, and David found himself in a luxurious office overlooking the city skyline. Richard Sterling, a middle-aged man with a stern demeanor but an air of sophistication, greeted him. The two men sat down, and David began passionately describing his vision for the sustainable farming enterprise. He talked about the environmental benefits, the potential for high-quality organic produce, and the positive impact on urban communities. Richard listened intently, nodding occasionally. "I'm impressed, David," Richard said with a nod. "I believe in your vision, and I'm willing to invest in your venture." David's heart leaped with joy. He had found the partner he had been searching for. However, little did he know that this partnership would soon become a tangled web of deceit and hidden agendas. As David's venture took off, Richard's involvement seemed minimal. He had assured David that he would take a back seat and allow him to run the business as he saw fit. But gradually, David began to notice that Richard was becoming more involved in the day-to-day operations. Richard started making decisions without consulting David or his team. He pushed for cost-cutting measures that compromised the integrity of the organic farming practices they had promised. David felt his vision slipping away, and frustration simmered beneath the surface. One evening, David confronted Richard about the changes he had been implementing without their agreement. Richard brushed off his concerns, claiming that he was only trying to maximize profits for both of them. However, David sensed there was something more to it, something hidden beneath the surface. Unable to contain his curiosity, David decided to dig deeper into Richard's intentions. He hired a private investigator to look into Richard's financial dealings and discovered a web of deceit. It turned out that Richard had been secretly investing in a competing conventional farming enterprise, one that used pesticides and chemical fertilizers. David was devastated by the revelation. It became clear that Richard had been intentionally undermining David's sustainable farming initiative to benefit his other investments. The partnership that had once promised so much had turned into a nightmare of betrayal. David realized that the lack of transparency in their business relationship had allowed Richard to pursue his hidden agendas unchecked. The very principles upon which David had built his venture, transparency, integrity, and environmental responsibility, had been compromised by his partner's deceit. With a heavy heart, David confronted Richard, revealing that he knew about his secret investments in the competing venture. Richard's face turned pale, and he stammered, trying to explain himself. He admitted to his hidden agenda, but argued that he had only done what was best for his financial interests. The fallout was inevitable. David and Richard decided to part ways, with David buying back Richard's shares in the venture. It was a costly endeavor, but David was determined to preserve his vision and the values he held dear. In the aftermath of the bitter breakup, David faced numerous challenges. Rebuilding trust with his team and investors proved to be a formidable task, but he was determined to maintain the integrity of his sustainable farming enterprise. He learned that transparency was not just a buzzword but a fundamental principle that must be upheld in business relationships. Over time, David's venture slowly regained its momentum. With a renewed focus on transparency and a commitment to his vision, he attracted new investors who believed in his mission. The organic farming enterprise thrived once again, proving that honesty and integrity were the cornerstones of a successful business. David's story became a cautionary tale in the business world, emphasizing the importance of transparency in all business relationships. It served as a reminder that hidden agendas could lead to the downfall of even the most promising ventures. In the end, David's unwavering commitment to his values and vision allowed him to turn a partnership gone sour into a triumph of integrity and resilience.